Okay, now the question is asking you for the volume and surface area of each solid. So for number one, it's a cylinder. You need to memorize the formula. The volume of the cylinder, I write it down here, pi r squared times pi height. And the total surface area of the solid will be 2 of the circle, left and right. So 2 pi r squared, right? Because 2 times the area of the circle plus 2 pi r height. Okay. And then what you have to do now is try to put on the formula. So the volume is pi 3.14, right? That's an approximation of pi unless stated otherwise. So 3.14 times the radius. Radius is 9, right? 9 square times by the height is 30. So you can find it by yourself. Something inch cube. Get the idea, Stacy?
Yep.
Okay, as long as you memorize the formula, I think it has no problem with all the workings, unless let's say for the 18, if the 18 is D, so you need to change the 18 becomes 9, it has to be in a radius form. And then the total surface area. Total surface area is 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r height. So 2 times 3.14 times 9 square, right? Be careful about the r, not 18, but 9, because you have to divide by 2. And then plus 2 times pi times r. R is 9 also, and the height is 30. And we can continue by yourself, something plus something, and the result will be in inches squared. I don't want to calculate the value. You can do it by yourself, right? Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, now the square pyramid. So if we look at the pyramid volume, it has to be 1/3. You have to put 1/3 in front of the formula, times by the base area, times by height. And the total surface area has no specific rules. So you have to look one by one, right? In this case, we need to understand that the total surface area is the base area, right? In this case, a square area plus by the triangles on the left, on the right, on the in front, and on the back of the pyramid. Okay, so 4 triangles, right? You need to add 4 triangles on the base. If you get confused about to calculate the total surface area, you can open this into its net. So the nets of the pyramid will be like this, right?
Uh-huh.
So you may calculate the total surface area by adding all the shapes. That's the way you do in order to find the total surface area. But to find the volume, it is quite simple. So the volume is 1/3 times by the base area. Base area is the square area with which is 10 on the side. Base area times the height is 8, right? Get it? Okay, you can calculate it by yourself. But the more challenging part is to calculate the total surface area of the pyramid. So the total surface area is the base area. Base area is 10 times 10, right? I think it's simple because it is square here. But I will make a, yeah, there you go. And then you need to plus by 4 of the triangle, right? 4 of the triangle with the base of 10. So half times base times height. So the formula of triangles is half times base times height. But careful, the height is not 10. What is the height then? The height is VP here. Okay, so we have this as an 8, so 8 cm. This is, what is it? What is this length?
5.
Sorry?
5.
That's it. Nice. Why 5? Because 10 divided by 2, so right in the middle. So you need the help of the Pythagoras rule in order to find the height of the triangles. So this height is not the height of 8. This height is the height of the triangles. So height square equals 8 square plus 5 square. Use the Pythagoras rule. Okay, so let's put on the calculator. Wait a moment, I'm finding the calculator. Go. Okay, so 8 square plus 5 square. Answer will be 89. But be very, very careful because we are finding the height. Square root. Sorry. 89. Okay. So times by the height of the triangle, which is square root of 89. So what is square root of 89? It is 9.4, right? 9.4. And you can calculate it by yourself again and find the final answer on inch squared. Understand, Stacy? Okay, let me know whenever you have any problem. Okay, next. 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can put it aside. Here, put paper. Okay. Oh, it's quite nice. Okay. Okay. A gift was packed in a square pyramidal box. The lateral face are equilateral triangles of the side 6 centimeters. Find the external surface area of the box. Okay, so we know that the 6 centimeter is all this part, right? Equilateral triangles. So everything is 6. So we know that the base is the square form. So we are finding the external surface area. Oh, very simple. So the total surface area is the base area plus 4 triangles also, right? 4 identical triangles. Okay, that's the rule. The base is square. As we know, if the base is square, you just multiply 6 by 6, side and side. Plus 4 times the triangle's half times base. Base is 6, right? And what is the height? This is the another challenge for you for us to find the height of this. Okay. So how do you calculate the height of the triangles? You need the help of the Pythagoras also. Okay. Let's see this. This is 6. This is 6. This is 6. I want to calculate the height. So I can cross this 6 becomes 3, right? It is what you're calling it is equidistant, right? So in order to find the value of the height, you need the help of the Pythagoras, but using the subtraction rule, because height is not the hypotenuse. So height square equals 6 square, right? Plus minus 3 square. Get the idea, Stacy, why it is negative? Any question? Do you know why it is negative?
You mean the minus?
Yeah, why it is minus?
Because isn't it? Actually, I don't know.
Okay, because we are given the longer side. This is the longer side, so you need to subtract. If you are given this as 6, let's say, in order to find this, what you need to do? Plus or minus?
Minus.
If you are finding this height,
Oh, plus.
plus y, because the height is the longer side. Get the idea? How about this? If I am finding the h here, is it plus or minus?
Minus.
Minus. Why? Because the longer side is 6. See, the longer side is given. When the longer side is given, you need to subtract. That's the easy memorization. So this is the longer side, so it has to be subtracted. So answer would be 6 square minus 3 square. 6 square minus 3 square. And it is 27. So the height will be square root of 27. Okay. So the square root of 27 is 3 square root 3, or this is 5.2, right? I just make the simple working. So 5.2, just put that. Okay. So because we are finding this height, and you may calculate it by yourself. It's simple. Something plus something equals something centimeter square, because the unit is in centimeter, and area is always square. Okay, a party hat has a shape of cone. So draw the cone, and diameter is 15. So this is 15, and the curved surface is 503 square meters. So the curved surface area memorized. curve area is the one that is curvy, not bottom, because this is empty, right? So curve area is pi times r times L. What is L? L is the slant height. Okay, this is L. So what is L? L is the slant height. Okay, so the curve area is 503. It's given 503. So the pi is 3.14 times the r. R is 7.5, right? Because 15, you divide the 15 by 2, right? 7.5. And then times L. We get the L now by dividing the answer. Okay, but before we do that, what we need to do is just multiply 3.14 times 7.5. And the answer will be this, 23.55. Make it fast, 503 divided by that answer. So the answer will be 21.4, right? So L is 21.4 centimeter. Get the idea?
Yeah.
After that, what you have to do, you need to calculate its height. Okay, how do you calculate the height? Height is not L. Height is this, straightforward going down vertically. And we know that this is height. We know that this is 7.5, right? And this is something that we already achieved right now. So how do you calculate height? Is subtract or minus or add?
Subtract.
Subtract. Why? Because this is the longest side. The longest side is given 21.4 square, subtract 7.5 square. Just calculate, and we are almost done for finding the value of the height. 21.4 square, subtract 7.5 square. Answer will be 401.71, but it's not the final answer. You need to square root it. Okay.
Mhm.
So answer will be square root of the answer 20. Okay, just 20. Okay, 20 centimeter. That's what we are finding. The height of the head, not the slant height. So L is the slant height. Make sure you know that.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. The radius of the cylindrical face. Okay, cylindrical face, cylinder. Okay, we know that the radius, the shape is cylinder. So I think you need to draw, and then we can find the drawing easily. The radius R is 10.5 centimeter. So this is the R. Okay, and the face can hold 6,930 cubic centimeter of water. So given volume, right?
Yeah.
Find the external surface area of the face. External surface area of the face. Now, what we're gonna do is try to find the height first. Before we find the height, we cannot find anything. So the volume formula will be pi r squared times height because it's cylinder. Later on, I will square all the formulas later. Okay, so the volume is given 6,930, 3.14, right? The pi times 10.5 square times height. So do it slowly. So 3.14 times 10.5 square with 10.5 square. Answer will be 346.18 or 346.2. 346.2 of height, right? 6930. So the height will be divide, right? You divide 6,930 over 346.2. So answer will be 6930 divided by 346.2. And then the answer will be this 20. Okay, good answer also. So actually it's not 20, it's 20.0 something. But do the rounding number and you will get 20 cm. But the question is asking for find the external surface area of the face. So the surface area is equals to, again, if we are looking at the face, the cylindrical face, has the face, do we have the top surface, Stacy? Do we have this? If you are talking about the face, Is the circle above axis?
Yeah, because I mean we can find the area because we have the radius.
Okay, that's not answering my question. The question is this circle axis? This one that I shade?
Yes.
No, it's the face. You have to put water inside the
Oh, I
face.
thought you meant. Oh, I thought you. Yeah.
No, that is no circle at all. But how about the base? We have, right?
Yeah. So basically everything minus one.
That's right. So I think no need to do that. I think you better write pi r square. Only one, right? One circle plus the curvy part. The curved surface area, curved area that we already we already achieved the formula 2 pi r height. Remember? So look at this. The difference between number 8 and number 1 is only about this part. This one, I put 1 only here. Get it, Tracy? Look at on top here. And this one only. Why? Because we assume on this first cylinder, they are solid, right? Solid means it has every surfaces. But in this case, it has to be eliminated, right? So just only 1 pi r square. That's it. So pi 3.14 times r. R is 10.5 square plus 2 times 3.14 times 10.5. Okay? And you may calculate it by yourself. Can you, Stacy?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So, okay, what I am doing. There you go. We'll square the formula so you can see it clearly. Go, there you go. This is base times 5 half, and it's also curved surface of the cone will be pi r L, and this will be also the same. Take a note on the number 8. On number 8, we have to understand that only one because it has no top. Okay. Now, let's go to the next question. I will send this to you. Wait. Okay, I'm sent. Now let's do some more. Okay, we still have plenty of time. Section of a cylindrical plastic cable casing has a diameter 7 millimeter and the height is 9 millimeter. The diameter of the cylindrical hole is 3 millimeters. Find the amount of plastic used to make the section of the cable casing. If you are calculating the amount of plastic, we are calculating the volume. Right? How do you calculate the volume? Volume of the big subtract volume of the whole, right? Or volume of the small, right?
Yeah.
Then you subtract it. So volume of the big pi times r square. I use the capital letter, so in order to differentiate from, between big and small, the whole has pi, small r, small height, right? So I think that's more understandable. And so 3.14, you multiply by r. What is the big R, Stacey? What is the greater radius?
Total.
What is the greater radius?
7. I don't know.
Hey,
7
look at the
divided
image,
by
look at the
2.
picture. The greater radius. What is the greater radius?
It's 2.5. I know.
What is the greater radius, Stacy? Look at the number. We have the number. All is given. But I just asked you the radius of the greater circle. Hello? What is the greater radius, Stacy?
Do you mean the inside or the out?
the greater radius. Because it's the big minus whole, right? This is the logic.
Is it
What
not
is
3.5?
3.5? That's right. So that's easy, right? So don't think too hard about this. Yeah. What is the height of the greater cylinder?
9.
9. Okay, nice. How about the radius of the smaller?
1.5.
Nice, because 3 divided by 2, and the height is
9.
9 also, right? They share the same height, because it's so, because it's whole, right? The whole, the whole, this whole. Okay, you just subtract the answer, and you will get unit in millimeter cube. Okay, because the unit is in millimeter. It's a cable, so it cannot be too big. Now, a 6 centimeter cubic block of wood has a conical cavity of diameter 4 centimeter and height 6 centimeter. And find the volume of the block of wood. How do you calculate the volume, Stacey? Just let me know. What is it? How to find the volume of the wood? How do you do this?
Area of the cube
Yes.
minus area of the cone.
Nice. That's it. So you subtract because it is cavity. It's subtracted from the cone, the cube. Volume cube subtract volume cone, right? So volume of cube is 6 times 6 times 6, right? And then you subtract with the volume of cone 1/3, right? Times pi r square. The r is 2, right? Because 4 divided by 2 times by height 6, right? And then you can calculate it by yourself. I think it is quite easy. Okay. And then B. Find the total surface area of the block of the wood. Okay, to calculate the total surface area, it's quite challenging. So the total surface area is 6 faces, I mean. So 6 times side, right? Because we have 6 surfaces of a cube plus the inside, right? The inside, pi RL, the curved surface of the cone. Why it is plus? Because it is exist. And you need to subtract by the circle on top of it. Pi r square. Do you get the idea? Hello?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Tell me what is the sign. You just tell me everything that you find, the number. I'm following you, right? Hello, Stacey, just let me know everything.
Oh. 150.
Sorry?
150.
No. I think what you need to do is try to put the number. What is S? What is S? So 6 times what is S, Stacey? What is the sign of the cube?
Oh, that was 5. Yeah.
What is this?
6.
What is this? Yes.
6 and 6.
And then?
Oh, 3.4.
3 point?
I have 1.4, sorry.
1/4?
Times. Wait.
Where's the radius of the circle, Stacey?
Is it 2?
2. Nice. What is the L? L is not achieved yet. What you need to do is try to make the triangle like this. So let's say this is the cone, and then this will be 2, right? This is 2, and this is 6. So you need to find the L. Is it plus or minus, Stacey?
Wait, what are you? Can you say that again?
I want to find the slant height because we have the L, right? We are calculating the slant height. Is it plus or minus?
Plus.
Plus, that's right. Okay, calculate it. You get 40. And the L is square root 40. What is square root 40? Square root of the 40 will equal to 6.3. Right, so write down 6.3 minus 3.14 times by R 2 squared. Can you do it by yourself, Stacy? This one, this number?
Okay.
Okay, if it is the number, I want you to do it by yourself because it will be too much if I do this. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh. A tennis ball are packed in a cylindrical container. The cylindrical wall of container touches the sides of the tennis ball, and then the cap of the container touches the tennis ball at the top also. The radius of each ball is 3.4 centimeter. Assuming that the thickness of the container is negligible, find the volume of the empty space in the container. So how do you do this? Wait, So in order to solve this, we need to subtract the volume of the cylinder by 4 of the volume of the ball, right? So we know that the radius of each ball is 3.4 centimeter. So the radius is 3.4. So we know that the height is 1, 2, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the radius, right? So if you look at this, it's 8 of the radius. So we need to do it one by one. Height of the cylinder is 8 times 3.4, right? So 8 times 3.4, the answer would be 27.2. And the radius also 3.4. And the volume of the cylinder will be pi r square height, subtract 4 times the volume of the ball. What is the volume of the ball? 4 over 3 pi r cubed. You need to memorize this. Have you ever memorized this formula?
Wait, which one? The volume of
Ball. Or sphere. Have you ever learned that?
Mhm.
Okay, just memorize. Yeah, you memorize the formula. And then
I
what you need to do
know.
is try to put on the formula. Put everything, every number. Something, subtract something, equals something, the unit is cm cubed. Because we are calculating the volume of the empty space in the container. So the empty space, the air, the volume of the air. So the volume of cylinder, subtract by 4 times the volume of the ball. Okay. Now, a solid iron cone radius 8 centimeter and height 15 centimeter is melted and molded into a solid hemisphere. So they will share the same volume, right?
Yep.
Hemisphere. So half of the sphere or half of the ball. So if you are calculating this, you need to use the formula. Volume of the cone equals volume of the hemisphere. What is volume of a cone? 1/3 pi r squared times height equals hemisphere, half of the ball, half of 4 over 3 times pi r cubed. That is the way you do, right? This is r of the cone, this is r of the hemisphere. It's totally different. You cannot cross out at all. So what you need to do right now is try to cross all the unwanted part, pi. We can cross the pi left, right? And then we can cross the 3, 1 over 3, 3 below. So what is left behind is r of the cone. R of the cone is 8 centimeter, right? So this is 8 centimeter, radius 8 square, and height 15, it's given. Equals 2 and 4 can be crossed out, becomes 2. So 2 times r cubed, r of the hemisphere cube, right? And then You can multiply one by one. Do it slowly. 8 squared times 15, and then get the answer, 960 equals to r, oh wait, not y, it's 5, 2r of the hemisphere cube. And then what we need to do, r of the hemisphere cube is 960 divided by 2, 480, right? But we are not done yet. We need to find the r by doing the cube root. Okay, cube root of 480 equals to 7.8. Do you know how to do it, Stacy? Can you follow my logic?
Yeah.
How's it? How is it, Stacy?
Mm.
Any questions so far? Just let me know. I need feedback, Stacy. I need the feedback. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I get it.
Okay, please let me know. Please be open. Don't hesitate to ask me whenever you have any question, because during lesson is different with having the lesson at school. If at school your teacher won't don't care about whether you understand or not. But in our lesson, I need to make sure that you understand all the topic. Okay. Please tell me if you have any difficulties. I sent everything to you. Okay. Now, we have 3 more pages. Okay, a block of chocolate is made by removing a small square pyramid from the tip of a larger square pyramid. Okay. The length of the base on the larger pyramid is 5 cm and the height is 10 cm. And the length of the base that is removed is 0.5. Okay, I think it's very simple. The volume is the volume of the big subtract or removed by the volume of the small. So 1/3 pi r square times height, big height, subtract 1/3 pi r square times height, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So next, 1/3 times 3.14 times by the r grid. Wait, no r square. No, sorry. This is not a cone. This is a pyramid. Something wrong. Base area times height. So sorry. So base area times height. Subtract 1/3 by the smaller base area times by smaller height. Sorry, I did the wrong formula. Base area is 5 times 5 because it's a square pyramid. So times 5 times 5 times by the height. Height is given 10. And then subtract 1/3 times by the smaller pyramid, 0.5 times 0.5 times by 1, right? Because it's given 0.5 and 1. Understand, Stevie?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can calculate it yourself. Find the area of each triangular lateral face of the original larger pyramid. The original larger pyramid is this, right? Say this is 5. But how do you calculate the height? So you need to draw it one more time in order to make it more simple. Right? Here you go. And this is 5, this is 5, the height is 10. Right? So you need to find this part. Right? This one, the slant height. This L. Okay. As you can see, this is also a Pythagoras 10, 5, and you are calculating this height. Okay, so is it plus or minus, Stacy, in the Pythagoras rule? Hello?
Minus.
Plus or minus?
Oh wait, which one do we? Oh, we know the side.
We are calculating the longest sides.
Yeah,
Plus or minus?
plus.
Plus, nice. So height square equals 10 square plus 5 square. Write down. 10 square, 10 square plus 5 square. The answer is 125, and you do the square root. Wait, square root of 125 is 11.1. 11.2. So 11.2. So 11.2 is here, right? And then calculate the area of each. So area of one only. So the area is simply put area of triangle 1 over 2 times 5 times 11.2. And we get answer, right? The m squared.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Find the area of each triangular lateral face of the removed small pyramid. The removed small pyramid has the base of 0.5. Make it smaller, right? And how about this? It has to be 1.12, right? It's 10 times smaller, so the height will be 1.12. 10 times smaller than the height of the original one. Okay? So the area of the smaller triangle, or the triangle that is removed, is 1 over 2 times 0.5 times 1.12, and you get the something cm squared. Okay, now how do you calculate the total surface area of the box of the chocolate? So the total surface area supposed to be this upper square, which is 0.5 on side. So 0.5 times 0.5 upper square plus the lower square plus fourth of the of the trapezoid by subtracting the bigger triangle with the smaller triangle. I think we need to do question B and C, and we need to find the answer. 1 over 2 or 0.5 times 5 times 11.2. You will get 28 for the area of the bigger triangle. It is 28, and on the bottom part is 0.5 or 1 over 2, right? 1 over 2 times 0.5 times 1.12. So the answer will be 0.28. So you have to subtract that triangle. The bigger triangle minus the smaller triangle. Get the idea, Stacey? It's quite hard, but do you have any question about this?
No.
This is upper of this one, the small one, and then this is the lower, right? And this will be the trapezium, which get from this minus this. Okay, the greater circle, a greater triangle minus the smaller triangle times 4. Why? Because we have 4 sides: front, back, left, right. Something unit cm square. That is how you do. Next. Oh crap. A silo is made up of 2 cones and cylinder. Oh, what the heck, so hard. The radius of each part of each 1.5 meters. The height of the top cone, and the cylindrical body, and the bottom cone are 1, 3, and 2 meters. So the upper cone is the shortest in the height. So let's draw it easily. I want to redraw one more time so we can see it clear and without any correction or any we have to draw it simply. Yeah.
Mhm.
So like this. Okay. And bottom one will be the greater cone. Right. There you go.
Yep.
And this is more simple. The radius is 1.5. Every r is 1.5. It's the same radius, right? It's the same circle. R equals 1.5. The height is equals to 1 meter. This will be equals to 3 meter. And this will be 2 meter, right? And then what you need to do is try to find the volume of the width in the silo. So to calculate the volume, we need to do volume cone 1, volume cylinder 2, and volume of cone 3. So volume of the cone 1 is pi times r square, right? Sorry, 1/3. I forgot because cone is always 1/3. So 1/3 times pi times r square. R is 1.5 square times height is 1, right? We use this height as 1. In this case, we don't have to use the 1/3. Why? Because it's a cylinder. Pi times 1.5 square times by 3. And volume 3 equals to 1/3 also times pi times 1.5 square times 2. And you will get the answer, and you plus it. And you will get the final answer, the total volume. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So make sure you memorize the formula. Given that the silo is entirely closed, find its total external surface area. So if you are calculating the total external surface area, you don't have to consider about the base, right? Only on the external. So this one, total surface area 1 is equals to pi r L only. And the total surface area of 2 only 2 pi r height, only the curvy part. You don't have to add by the base at all. And this one is pi r L also, but with the different value of L. Make sure that you know that. So to find the first triangle, you need the help of Pythagoras. So this is 1, right? The height is 1, and this is 1.5. Right? And this will be very simple. 2 times 3.14 times 1.5 times height. This is the cylinder, only cylinder, something. But for this first L, we need to find it. Okay, using the Pythagoras, plus or minus, Stacy?
Adding.
Adding. Nice. And do the square root. You'll get 1.8, right? So 1.8 by Pythagoras, I make it fast. 3.14 times 1.5 times 1.8, right? And then there you go, 3.14 times I put times the dot in front. If you think that you're confused with that, I just give you the bracket so you can see it easily. Okay.
Yeah.
Now 3.14 times 1.5 times the other L with the different height. The height is 2 right now, and this is 1.5, and the L is changed, right? Because it is another shape. So add also 2 square plus 1.5 square. Answer 2.5. Right. I think it's 2.5. Okay, so times 2.5, you get all the answer without adding the base, because base is nothing to do because it is only finding the outer external surface area. Add, done. Okay, unit is in meter cube, unit is in meter square because it's the total surface area. Okay, how's it, Stacy?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Two more questions.
Yeah, last page.
Plus, what is the volume of the sculpture? Okay, a cylindrical wooded sculpture has a conical cavity. So the volume is equals to the big volume pi r square times height, the cylinder, minus the cone, right? The cone is 1/3 of pi r square times height also. But the question is giving you in terms of pi. So you don't have to write pi as 3.142, just only pi times 4 square, right?
Yep.
Times 12 minus 1/3 times 4 square, pi times 4 square times 12. You can cross, oh no, you cannot do anything. Oh, you can cross the 12 and the 3. It will become this 4. And 16 times 12, calculated. 16 times 12, 192 pi, right? Subtract 16 times 4, 64 pi. So the answer will be 128 pi. B. Okay, this will be the answer. There you go.
Mhm.
Now, what is the total surface area in centimeter of the sculpture? Use 3.14 as an approximation. Total surface area. So to calculate the total surface area, so you need to add the curved surface, right? So the cylinder, only pi r square, only one base, right? Because on top it's nothing, because it's a cavity, plus 2 pi r l, 2 pi r pi. And the cone is only pi r l. We don't have the base also, but we need to find the l, right? This is 4, this is 12. To find the l will be easy. L equals square root 4 square plus 12 square. Do the square root. Simple as that. So square root of 4 square. I give you extra time. 4 square plus 12 square. We need to solve everything. One more number after this. 12.6. So we calculated pi 3.14 times r times what is it? 12.6. Okay, do the bracket. And then on top, 3.14 times 4 square plus 2 times 3.14 times 4 times by the height is 12. So you can calculate by yourself and you get the number, and then you add the number and you get something. Okay, it's either A, B, C, D. Up to you. Yeah, you can do it on your own. I mean, okay. Consent?
Yep.
Okay. The figure shows a hemispherical fish pond. The pond contains 1,125 pi meters square of meter cube of water, which half of its full. What is the diameter of the pond? So you need to find the volume of the pond first. I don't want to calculate the volume of the water. It is half full. So volume of the pond is twice of 1,125, 1.125, I mean, 1.125 pi. So 2.25 pi meter cube, right? Twice the size, right? Because the fish pond is half filled with water. So the volume is half times 4/3 times pi r cube, because that's the volume of the water, or the volume of the hemisphere. Right? 2.25 pi equals, right? No, the pi is so bad. Pi, you can cross this, equals 2/3 times pi times r cube. And you can cross this pi out. And r cube equals 2.25. You divide by 2/3, right? You divide by 2/3, and you will get the answer. 2.25 divided by 2/3. And you get this as the answer, 3.375, but it's still cube. It will give you the good answer. So to find the r, you need to do the cube root. Have you ever learned about the cube root, Stacy?
Yeah.
That's it. Done. Oh, nice answer. 1.5 meter. Okay, so the radius is 1.5 meter. But the question is asking for the diameter. Oh my goodness. Not all. So the diameter will be times 2. That's it.
3.
3. Okay. I sent everything to you. So this is hard and this is so much, but we do all in only about 64 minutes. Okay,
Mhm.
that's all. I will stop the recording.